So this is from a year ago. I want you guys to understand the role and the importance of physiological breath work. And what is physiological breath work? Listen to this client. Thokoza Gogo, I would like to give you some feedback about the eczema situation. My hand and feet have cleared, just a little scarring left on my legs, but it's all gone. All thanks to your soaps and meditating. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. I have suffered from eczema for 30 years and you fixed it in less than a year. So this was before the Aura products got upgraded to the capsule. So the herbs that we use to make the capsules are herbs that are usually used for making tea, like hibiscus tea, brahmi tea. You know, they are very harmless supplements, harmless supplementation that are just roots that go inside of your body to balance your body, right? So those were a lot of the mixes and the herbs and the ingredients that we were using to put inside of our soaps and inside of our lotions. So now we've upgraded the soaps. The formulations are stronger. The lotions, the formulations are stronger. The supplements. So all of this was happening before the Aura Care boxes got upgraded to what they are now. So I believe that now with the physiological breath and the aligning tools provided inside of the Aura Care box, listen, a person will be able to overcome literally any and everything, bro. No cap. Like, no cap, guys. Like, the nice thing about having been a person who struggled with a lot of mental and physical health in my life is that it became a blessing. Those challenges became a blessing because in working towards healing myself and figuring out what it is that worked for me, I managed to also find systems and processes that work for other people, which sometimes becomes the practical training, because sometimes your spirit guides don't want to just teach you things, but they want to give you the practical demonstration with yourself. So how I came out of my staph infections, my struggle with candida, my struggle with mental health in my life, I've never been more balanced today. And a lot of the systems and processes that work for us become an area of study where we find it out. You can see this platform is all about case studies, because we're about cracking down on the things that are effective, cracking down on what is the hard science behind this. Why did it work? Why did it work for this person? How can we replicate it? How can we make it work for that person? Which is why for the past 4 years, people come to me for tarot readings, but they end up getting more. They'll also get the alignment, the manifestation, and the whatnot, because what worked for Usandile, I want to see if it will work for Temba. Right? So those are the extra things that then a person gets. People do not pay for alignment work with us because we are still in that developmental phase. Still in that developmental phase, in that we're still polishing and refining and ironing out things, right? So with that being said, it's also, I love the fact that the people that we deal with are happy to come back with feedback, because they understand that, girl, you're out here wrecking your brain, doing all of this hard labor, doing all of this extra work because you want to give value to us. So we're going to give you value back by telling you that, hey, this is what I'm experiencing, this and that and that. It helps us to polish our models. And then eventually when we get to that stage where we're through with the developmental stuff, it's like, oh gee, listen, this was the study, this was the research, this is the data, this is what we experienced, and this is basically the transformation, because that's just the price. It's just the price of transformation. Sometimes this is the price it comes with. So thank you for hanging out with us here. Okay, so here she basically the heaviness, when she says my legs used to be so thick and heavy and now they are so light. For many women, trauma sits in different places, and how you know you have released trauma is that you're no longer in that space of heaviness. I hope you're well. The Aura box has helped me so much, from my confidence to my body. My legs used to be so thick and heavy, now they are so light. I do not even feel tired after walking up the stairs. I think the hibiscus helped a lot with water retention. A week ago I fell going up the stairs at work. I got injured but nothing broken. Should I be concerned? I also wanted to ask for help with praying. I do pray, but something in me says do it harder, but I don't know how to. Like, oh, I fell going up the stairs. You understand her body is trying to reacclimatize to the changes she's been making physiologically. Because with the breath work that we teach on this platform, it's breath work for making physiological changes in the body. And it has been proven over and over again by clients who will come back and say, yo, I was constipated. I'm not constipated anymore. Yo, my body is literally sorting itself out. I'm sleeping better. I'm calmer. And some are achieving that without the supplementation of Brahmi and some of the herbs that we give to people in capsule form. Because you must understand that the place and the role of the herbs in themselves is that those herbs are, it's like giving your body that balance. Like it's exactly what you will take with other prescription drugs that either are supposed to when you inject insulin into your body, right? Or when you take prescription drugs that stimulate the release of serotonin inside of the brain, right? So there are certain herbs that you take to balance and to regulate, which is why a client was like, whoa, we're sleeping better, we're dreaming, babe, it's amazing. All right. So that is what she was receiving through her aura box and what she was doing to, because the whole point and the idea around the box is to, you clean your body, you balance, clean the mind, balance the body, build the aura. That's our motto. Clean the mind, balance the body, build the aura. That's the motto. That's what you get from the aura care boxes, and that's what's happening with that. Yeah, let's see. Yes, Thokozani, I just did the clenching treatment, squeeze, breathe, and release. And wow, I am calm. I am so calm. I'm at ease. I'm definitely adding this to my manifestation routine. And whenever I feel overwhelmed, I've been listening repeatedly to the reading and made notes today. I am aligned with most points that came through. Can I have a follow-up? Okay, so we did that. I even overslept. I'm super relaxed. Also, please indicate the number 5 herbs, the cost thereof. Okay, so you see what is happening with this particular client now. She is balancing, right? Because when we are talking about manifestation on this platform, we don't talk about it in superficial ways where it's just about getting that life you want. That is just the byproduct and the reward of aligning yourself, is that you exist in so much ease that it becomes easier to move around. But what you're doing from a DNA and a genetic point of view is that you are literally transforming your body from the inside out. You're doing working on your genes. You're shifting things around, right? You're shifting things around. And then there's this lady here now. Yeah, she's like, I have such amazing news, right? She said, I have such awesome news, but firstly, I'm so grateful to you. I got the job. Then I said, I'm crying because you and I have been through the trenches with this one. I'm literally crying. I'm finally leaving this province. Thank you for the endless guidance, the tools, and being there for me. The funny thing is, I was listening to your reading yesterday. I'm like, girl, I'm crying with you because this wasn't at all a walk in the park. Congratulations. Is it a permanent role or a GP role or something else? She's like, can I please call you for 2 minutes to scream? I just got off a call with HR. So this now particular client, she has also been doing the aligning work, where she was just aligning herself. And the benefit of that is the more balanced you are physically, guys, the more physiologically balanced you are, your life begins to reflect that balance out as well. All right. Just the other day, we were sharing that story of the male client who he started to balance. He was just stressed out around his birthday. He wasn't in the best state. He was just not okay, right? And we were like, okay, start balancing, bro. Start, get in there, do this thing. He started balancing, and with him balancing, what happened is that he got aligned with his he was pulled out of a relationship that wasn't for him. Obviously, that was the thing that was stressing and depressing him. But he got into a beautiful relationship with a woman who he was more aligned with. That was a byproduct of being aligned, meaning that if you're serious about changing your life, you want to start with balancing first.
Like, she was talking about you, and your lady was talking about me. Like, this is forever going to be our biggest flex, is that we basically manifested each other. Like, our tarot readers told us about each other. This is you, babe. This is you. She also said, I told you, I just re-listened to the reading. She said it's going to move very quickly because let's say it's going to move very quickly because he has nothing to hide. He's going to say, I want you to meet my family. I want you to meet my mom, my parents, my friends. Same with you. And you're going to think it's a bit too fast, maybe, but he has nothing to hide.
Right. So when you're doing balancing work, you're not only overcoming that which is there in terms of like personally, in terms of like, this is the patterns the mother had, this is what happened with my life, this is what my mother experienced, and now being a woman, I'm seeing a recreation of her story through me, and if I don't break the patterns, history is going to repeat itself. It's also about, what's the past, how is the past affecting the here and the now, and if we want a different outcome, we really have to come out ahead of those types of things. And it's tough if you're a black person, because unfortunately, genetically and in our DNA, we've got a lot of things to work through. Historically, it's like, it's a mountainous thing against for example, without getting too deep into this, as South Africans, right, there's the history of segregation that we come from as people. That information is still there in the genes and the genetics, right? The that idea that as black people we are not intelligent, or we are stupid, or we are backwards, or we are this, that was something that was systematically ingrained in people. You must understand that the history of Bantu education meant that at those times, black people were not receiving the same education as the other races, because Verwoerd would literally say the people who are going to be cleaning in the kitchens and the people who are going to be tending to the gardens, they don't need an education. They just need to learn how to read it, to write. You understand? So now that stupidity, or that backwardness, or that illiteracy was a creation, because it was necessary for the workforce they were creating at that time. You understand? So there are a lot of black people that still have those misconceptions and those ideas about themselves, because it was systematically created for that. So that's just among the many examples of the things that you have against you, because those things exist in genetic memory, collective genetic memory. That information is still there. Yeah. What else? Good morning. It was my promotion to Global Exco announcement. You weren't playing when you said this year is going to be full of opportunities. I'm still in disbelief. Yeah, so we've muted out all the personal details so we can protect our client here. But client was like, listen, I'm global, I'm out here. So she basically got her CEO was basically announcing her as vice president. Vice president, black woman. Black woman. And in a leadership position. Yo, guys, this is giving me life, and this woman is so beautiful, guys. You have no idea. It just sucks that I can't show her to you or anything, just to protect her privacy. But yo, people are moving up in life. People are doing the things. People are doing the things. Okay, so now just talk about what's in this one of the short salt shem. I agree. I need to bath again. Oh yes. Okay, let me see what other highlights I can share from the week, like some breakthroughs that clients had that I can share with you, that's gonna motivate you and keep y'all going. Okay. Okay, Togozagogo, thank you so much. The uncle on my mom's side that came through, who was who I was thinking of. I'm so happy he is okay. This reading is what I needed. I have been feeling very positive about this year and that things are going to look up. It's just I have to fight the negative thoughts. I've been feeling like I have been left outside in the cold, but hearing that Amazosi love me and think of me really puts me at ease. This move to a new area is positive. I believe more so now. I just really needed some confirmation, and to be more consistent, I am ready to do the aligning work. So yeah, it's always nice in readings when your ancestral guides come out and they show themselves, right? Because that in itself is part of DNA. It's part of your genetics. There's not a single person alive today who can say, I don't have ancestors, right? A person can say, I don't believe in God, I'm an atheist. But a person cannot say, I don't have ancestors, because that is scientifically impossible. You have predecessors. You had people who existed before you. In order for you to be here in a physical body, you needed a mother and a father. You needed a woman and a man to get busy, and for you to jump out of a womb, right, with your big head. So because of that, now you are seeing that the conversation there is about epigenetics, right? So that's what I love about, like the ancient way of doing things. It's based on fact. It's based on fact. A person can be atheist, but you absolutely cannot run away from the fact that you've got DNA, you've got genes, and inside of these genes there's information coming from your mother and her mother's mother and her mother's mother's mother, and on your paternal end, on your part of your genes, you've also got information about your father, your father, your father's father, his father's father's fathers. And this is what makes it possible for psychic mediums to tap into you and your information. They are going in there with genetic memory and what's happening with this memory, right? So because they may not be here physically, but they are still there energetically, and you tap in, when you go into those spaces of DNA. So yeah, so that's just what happens with the clients who we do future. And I felt the need to clarify this a lot, because listen, Christians have come for me so many different times. They've come for me so many different times because, well, what we do is obviously very demonic according to those doctrines, according to those teachings and the spaces they exist in. So I'm happy though that I'm coming from that world, because it forced me to sharpen what I do, to understand the science of what it is that we're doing, and to actually come with facts. Because it meaning that I feel like it's something that has worked to my benefit, although at first I saw it as a hindrance, that I was constantly being attacked. But now I'm seeing that it was actually worth it. These were people that were like, oh no, you're going to people who look into the future, who see the future. God doesn't like that. God doesn't want that. Well, God wouldn't have created that then. Then God wouldn't have created mediums if we weren't even supposed to look into spirit and see into energy. Like, it gets so tiring. So, Zakoko, I hope you're keeping well. Last year we did a reading mid-year on a call, and you said you are seeing me finding love and getting married to a mature, divorced, stable, traditional guy. And could it be today was the day? I've known him for a while. We discussed business-related stuff, and he's never asked me out or anything before. And today, out of the blue, um he asked, how do I feel about polygamy? And I told him that I wouldn't mind it. And he asked the kind of person I'd love to get married to, and please tell me, why did I unknowingly describe him? He's so woke. He definitely feels like home, and I haven't felt like this in the longest time. So in those cases where it happens to be like looking into the future for somebody, that's where that information comes from, right? When it becomes a looking into the future for somebody, that's like the thing of having gone back into the past. Like, you looked into what's happening there. Listen, the past always becomes the future. Okay. And if we don't do something differently, it's like looking into every single time you look into the future, there's a chance that you change it. For example, I'm just going to give you an example. Right now, if somebody had met Beyonce before Beyonce blew up, and they then told Beyonce that you are going to become a world famous musician known all over the world, it would have changed her future, in the sense that she would not have applied herself as much. She would have not have worked hard to prove herself that I'm worthy. I'm a performer. I can perform like hell. I can dance like hell. I can sing like hell. I can this. Because then she would have felt like, I'm already there. I've got it. It's done. It's in the bag. She wouldn't have put in the work that she otherwise would have if she didn't know what's in store for her. So there's always that risk that every single time you look into the future, you change it, you adjust it. Because as people, the same with history, that this is something that happened in the past with your parents and whatnot. If you do not change the trajectory of your path, that's exactly where you're going. You become them. The same as with my friend who is struggling with her relationship. She's a beautiful model. She looks like a model. She is the hottest woman you've ever seen. She does not have problems in look. She's the sweetest person, beautiful inside out. There's no reason for her to be struggling with love. But she is, because from a memory and a genetic point of view, she's living out her parents. She is her mother, and she's going through that. And unless she breaks that pattern, she won't experience something different. You see that sometimes it really is the past that's working at you, and understanding that helps you to work and see that, what memory am I retraining, what am I doing? Because that's what I believe manifestation is: forming of new memory. You're forming new memory, you're moving in a different direction. And that's what it is, that's what it's about. The point I was trying to make with that is that if I did not take those tools and use them to transform my life and to improve my life, I'm telling you guys, I would have I would have become my mother. I would have met the same fate. I would have, because I was already going through all of the struggles she already went through in her own life. It was me deciding to say, okay, let me change things around. At that level, I didn't understand the shifts and the changes I was doing on a DNA and a genetic level. I only understood that much later on. But in my mind, I was like, I'm changing my life. Something has to give. Something has to be different if I want things to shift. And today I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happier than 90% of the people that I know. I'm living a life that I enjoy. To other people, it may not look like the best life because it's not the most luxurious life, but I am literally living a life where I can take care of every single need I have. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I have zero stress. Listen. Anyway, so we're gonna close off this discussion here for now. Yeah, and yeah, I hope this helps. I hope this information helps somebody to piece everything together. We are gonna title it Brahmi, how Brahmi impacts mental health. Yeah, how brownie impacts mental health and ADHD is going to be the title of this one, and it starts that conversation of from the brain up. So we are obviously going to be posting a lot less consistently on this platform for the reason that we are restructuring, we are going back to the drawing board, and we are also going through our own personal transformation. So sometimes we are going to be missing an action. Yeah, it's just that the best work happens in solitude. The best adjustments and the best transformations happen in solitude. So remember to subscribe, share this information with people who you know that it will add value into their lives. Help us grow the platform, because the more people know this information, the better. Prepare yourself for coursework. Prepare yourself for these courses that we are bringing together, putting together. And yeah, so I guess I will see you in the next upload. I don't know when it is going to be. You're just going to have to keep coming in here to check in from time to time. This recording is well over an hour. So I think I'm going to turn it into 3 or 2 videos. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, yes.
And I guess I'll see you in the next recording.
Thokozani gogo, I hope you are good. Yo gogo, kuba ndingathula sis after i-products zakho. I wouldn't be giving you your flowers usaphila sis. Iglow, i-signs othethe ngazo kwi-behavioral patterns zabantu in terms of if like not even friendship, relationships, like in general, izinto utshintsho abantu abazolenza towards me. Ndizibona zonke izinto ubuzitsho. And ndikhumbula usithi i-economy izawuba neendlela zayo, deteriorate okanye ibe nee-hardships zayo, but ayizuniafektha. Nangoku kukhona i-cost ezonyukileyo kule bhizinisi endikuyo, izinto ezininzi, but ufumanise ubana mna ndiyaqhasha, ndifumane enye indlela yokwenza still imali ngendlela convenient for mna as an affect, and wawutsho bazozona-affecta. I do see umehluko gogo, and ndipholile, ndine-peace. And ezinye izinto zithi sisenzeka because busondixelele sendiyabona ubana okay mazimanifeste, sendi-prepared. Ndikhululekile mani, ndikhululekile gogo, enkosi kakhulu. Like yho, hayi zenza imimangaliso ii-products zakho. Hayi sis, ii-flowers zakho masikungezo usaphila. Uyasebenza ntombazana. Thank you so much gogo, thokozani.
Thokoza. Hey, nare what ka mara matswei a hona le eng? Like ka mara matswei a hona le eng? Ka uvuma, like no fetsa o tlhapa, you smell good. Yeah, man. So I just had my spiritual bath today. Usually gets like the weekend. Like I like to do it on Sundays. Go get the pepe, knowing that I'm going into a new week. Get the neck amat. One tlhaloganya, but yo, guy. Kore o feel relaxed already. Kore high. Kore matswai a ke boso. Kore ke boso. One tlhaloganya, ke tlo ba ka testimony esikhali. Very soon. Ke tlo wela ka ditaba. Whatever. What's the biggest concern? The biggest concern is ke attract my international wena. Ke attract my international. That's the thing. Like kore a ke itse go iragalang ne. Mara bona hele these ones. And proper ones, like Paspana Sabo, will manage. Even one guy, you can't have all these men coming into this office because wow, what is this?
Thokozani gogo, thokozani. Yazi ngiyabonga. Yeah, especially your last message. Like ingenze ngabona another side. I'm in a better space la ngikhona. Like konke like ngathi khona into enkulu esisusiwe emahlombe. No, yonke into nasemsebenzini, I think clearly I've got energy now. I want to push. I want to achieve things. And like ngikukhumbula nje ilokhuzana ikhazini yami beyinokuthi yabona umuntu omhambayo umkakhe akumelanga amazi. Uyayibona? It should be umuntu wakho nje uyi-one. So yeah, gogo, ngiyabonga nje nge-availability yakhe ngesikhathi ozinikeza sona ukuthi usisize, silokhuzana singabantu bakho sibaningi. Ngiyabona bayakwazi ukuthi babhale, yabona amalokhuzana lama-feedback lawa abakunikeza wona everyday. Kuyabonakala imisebenzi yakho. Cela uqhubeke nje ungasidinelwa, kodwa ngiyabonga nje ukuthi ungibonise another angle yalamaphupho ukuthi it can be, yeah, okwami ukuthi nje
So These are the botanicals that client is talking about, right? This is what this client is basically talking about. All right, so she's talking about these anti-anxiety medications, so this is the capsules we're making today, right? So these capsules are, of course, hibiscus, powdered hibiscus that we are turning into capsules. And so the whole concept now with the botanicals that we use for anti-anxiety medication is very much rooted and grounded around neurodegenerative imbalances. We did a video, the last video we did was mapping out hormonal imbalances and how hormonal imbalances show up inside of the system. I want us to speak about that at length. It's just that I don't know how I'm going to do that now because I cannot set up this tripod. I'm trying to set this tripod up somewhere, somehow, so that we can talk about this. There are certain things that I want to detail here.
Good evening, Coco. Please, please, please think about creating an e-course on breathwork. I think there's a lot of women or a lot of people who needs it and they don't know about it. And I'm sure that they will be willing to buy the course online. Coco, this is life-changing thing. You are so good at explaining things and please create an e-course mainly on breathwork because this thing is a life-changing don. You will save a lot of people. I kid you not. Please try it. Coco, I'm going to I'm gonna be the ambassador for this course. When you are ready, let me know. We're going to create this thing and then I cannot wait for this wellness box. I want to see what it looks like. And then I have these ladies that are waiting for it. It's just that it was hard for me to just say this and that because I wasn't sure. Mara, please, you can make money without a consultation, without anything. People just buy this thing. It's an e-course and we all learn. We all buy it as a present for our loved ones. This is a life-changing, it's gonna be so a life-changing course, Coco. Please do it, I'm begging.